Morning, afternoon, and night. It's CBS 42 weather around the clock. Brought to you by Southern Home Structural Specialists. Now, the latest forecast from the CBS 42 Storm Team.
And a good Wednesday evening to you, Chief Meteorologist Dave Nussbaum here. We're talking more heat. We're talking a little bit of a rainy mess along the coast and a bigger heat wave all coming next week. So hot and stormy weather next couple of days. Not a lot of rain. If you're lucky, if you get some of the rain out there to break up some of the heat. Heat index a little lower, 100 to 105. We are watching this coastal low. Not a huge impact to us, but we'll make it a little more humid Friday with a little better chance for storms. And next week, we're looking at a stronger heat wave coming in, middle to even upper 90s. We'll show you that in your 7-day in just a bit. This evening, though, any showers become to an end by 9 o'clock. Muggy lows down in the middle 70s again. Lower 70s in the higher elevations farther off there to the east. So we're still watching that to continue as well, too. As you'll see here, 72 Anniston, Nashville, Talladega. Around 76 Birmingham, 77 Tuscaloosa. More of that heat tomorrow. Lower 90s, maybe a few upper 90s fade to Tuscaloosa. So not quite the higher temperatures we had the last couple of days. And the heat index 100, 102 tomorrow. So a little bit more typical weather for this time of year. Now, looking ahead, though, that chance of rain a little lower Thursday, a little higher Friday, 30 to 20%. Not much rain at all next week. And that's when our heat will actually arrive back across the area. Looking at Futurecast here this evening, any rain coming to an end by 11 o'clock. And then tomorrow morning, waking up to some high clouds again. Outside of that, though, we're dealing with a few pop-up showers from lunchtime to the afternoon. A few more developing in the evening hours, but again, they're hit or miss Friday, most of them south of I-20 on Thursday. By Friday morning, we're looking at a little more cloud cover, deeper tropical moisture coming in with their southeasterly winds. And then we are talking about, again, a little better coverage of rain here by 3 o'clock. Heaviest down south of I-20, lifting to the north throughout the evening. It's all thanks to that coastal low we're keeping an eye on. Speaking of which, here's what we have with it. A low chance of development with this one here at only 10%. As it moves its way to across the northern Gulf. Biggest threat, some heavy rain along the coast and maybe some coastal flooding concerns and high rip current risk, so not great time to be at the beach. Speaking of which, you'll see here again, the rip current risk moderate Thursday, high on Friday. We'll get a chance of rain though, pretty high Thursday, Friday, a little lower on Saturday, highest being the upper 80s each day there. Then we have a big heat wave next week. So currently, high pressure over us bounces to the eastern seaboard as we get to Friday, and that allows those southerly winds to return. And it's going to retrograde back to the west here and be centered primarily over Birmingham, and that's the issue. When it's centered over you, that's when those hotter temperatures start building back in, and that's indeed what we're looking at next week. You can see here what we're talking about. Let me turn myself off there. And you can see we are looking at lower 90s through Friday, Saturday, Sunday, into Sunday, mid-90s, and then upper 90s there as we get into Tuesday and Wednesday. The heat index probably closer to 110 these days since we're not going to see much in the way of rain. And that's a look at your weather around the clock.